All right, this is a big video tour of the office renovations and progress we're making. So a couple of things here in the back. They finished painting this side of the exterior over here, and we put a new roof on the roof up in here. We were getting a lot of water leakage into this back room in the office that got pretty damaged by water. It's an old porch, and that transition from the two roof lines you can kind of see right in here is a problem spot. So we really shored that up and put new roofing there, so that should help. Then the big thing in the back here is the conference room. You can see here we doubled the size of that back conference room. We just got too big for meetings to fit into our own meeting space anymore. And so we really captured a lot of space there. You can see we had to wait a long time to get the siding in, so they put it up here. They haven't replaced siding down here that got a little water damaged, and so they're about to do that, and then they'll paint this side of the exterior. And obviously we had to bring a new roof out there. So I'm going to walk you around the rest of the exterior for a second here just to give you an update. All the things we're doing here. So here is now the west wall, the conference room. And you'll see here we put in 2 double French doors, and then there's going to be a 10-foot deck out to where these posts are that they're going to start constructing this week. So when we have meetings or parties in the conference room, we'll be able to, when the weather's nice, we'll be able to flow out onto the deck, which will be super nice for events and whatnot. You see here we had to build a concrete foundation for the conference room expansion. Walking around the rest of the exterior here. So they haven't finished painting the exterior side of this yet either. There's still more of the conference room. And I think when we get over to this side, yeah, here you can see the new paint is up on the exterior. House looks great. We're gonna put a new awning up here, or get that one deep cleaned at least. And again, it hadn't been painted in 10 years, and there's damage here and there. And so we just really cleaned everything up, brought it fresh. We're gonna go inside now. This front room is super exciting. Let's see, so inside, this is the front room when you first walk in. And it used to have a low ceiling because there'd been a fire here in the 50s, and they, instead of repairing the old fire damaged ceiling, they just built a suspended ceiling right about there out of sheetrock. And what we had happen is some of the old plaster from the high ceiling finally, after however many years, cracked and fell off, and actually almost came through the sheetrock where one of our staff members usually sits. So we just took all that suspended ceiling off and sheetrock straight up to that old plaster to make a much more secure ceiling. And you can see we've repainted the inside. Now the walls are gray, more of a neutral gray versus that old tan, and then white ceiling and white trim. The other thing that we're doing while we're doing this upgrade is that's not the light fixture that'll be there. There's just a temporary, but we're basically retrofitting all of our light fixtures to be high efficiency LED from fluorescent. These fluorescent lights were, I don't know, 40 years old or something. So that's great. On the floor, we're obviously waiting for the painting to finish and all that stuff, but putting in like an office carpet, real low shag, high wear carpet all through the office, which would be nicer than the more of a residential carpet that we had in here before. So that's this side of the office, and then this is Kamira's office, our policy director. And again, just a refresh of paint and whatnot, and then for her, she didn't have a door in her office before, so we built a little sliding pocket door for her so she can have private meetings with legislators or whoever she needs to have a private meeting with. Again, in here, you can see we put new insulation in also just to help weatherize the building a little bit more. Just paint and whatnot. So this stuff is all pretty. This is Celestine's office. Again, just a kind of a refresh in here. Bathroom got repainted. This room had a bunch of damage on the side of the wall here, just from old plaster settling and whatnot. So we fixed all that up. This is a space we were renting to Glenn at the Sierra Club. And now I'm not sure whether they're going to continue leasing from us or if we're going to just have this space. And this is that back room I told you about that had had a lot of water damage in the ceiling from this roof transition. You can see the floor transitions levels here too, because essentially this is an old porch that someone else enclosed years and years ago. So we had a lot of water damage in this room, so we just fixed it up super nice, and it's going to be a great space actually now that we're done with it. You can kind of see there the transition. The painters still have some of their gear stored in here because they're not quite done yet. See, moving here is just sort of a utility room that we just sort of cleaned up. Kitchen is where we're not doing any renovation really, it's other than paint, so we just sort of stored everything from the whole rest of the office that we didn't put into storage got stuck here in the kitchen, so that's a hot mess. Here is the inside of our new conference room. So you can see that's the old exterior wall here, and so we've really doubled the size of the room. That's Carlos putting down the floor. So they're getting ready, it looks like, for carpet in here. So then this is where the deck is going to be built, and we talked about a second ago. And everything in here looks great. Obviously they haven't painted in here. They just finished sheetrocking this part of the office. So they'll finish this out probably sooner than later. Again, we're retrofitting all these old lights to LED. We'll still have our big marker boards for planning, but we're also gonna set this room up so we can do like Zooms and video meetings, and then also so that we can like do multimedia, like have a movie night or something like that, or films or that kind of thing. So we'll have maybe a projector TV and a big screen or something. Again, the rest of the office rooms just kind of cleaned up. This is my office. It's a copy room. Everything else is pretty minor. This is the room where we usually have 2 or 3 staff members in here. And again, just kind of cleaning up, refreshing. We had a little bit of water damage here. Again, from that roof was really going. So again, we basically cut out all the sheetrock and substructure stuff that had been damaged by the water, fixed it up nicely, and got it cleaned up and nice and refreshed. And then I think we are back. Here's our little mail room area. Then we're back at the front of the house again. So that's it. That's the tour of the office. We're super excited about it. I think we will be, the building should be done this month. And, with COVID, we're not exactly sure when we're going to reopen the office, but hopefully January, February timeframe. And we're just really excited about it. I think that we needed the upgrade. We hadn't updated the office since we bought it in the year 2000 or 1999, really. So it'd been a long time. And so it was time for a refresh there. We had some structure issues with the roof and the water damage that we got from the roof going south that we needed to address. And then the conference room expansion really gives us a lot more flexibility about being able to host meetings and other types of events here at the office, parties, hopefully, so that we can build some community and have a good meeting space to bring people together. The only other thing to share with you is just we were able to do all of this without really putting out very much cash up front, because we have been paying our mortgage for so many years on the office that we had a lot of equity built up. So we basically just refinanced the mortgage while interest rates are so low. And so we're able to pay for almost all of the renovation just by restructuring and extending the mortgage on the house. So it really gives us an opportunity to make a big improvement without putting out a lot of cash up front. And, again, gives us a lot of flexibility going forward. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the quick tour of the office. We're super excited about it. Talk to you soon.